Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon, and then I post these little videos up to social media. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The views and opinions stated herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other therapist for that matter. Boom shakalaka done. I'd like to thank my sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. They're an online therapy company. They are international. All you got to do is go online, fill out some questions, and they will place you with a licensed master's level or PhD level therapist in your state, or one that can do international. And as I have said, I have been getting good feedback from people using them. So thank you, BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. Okay, on to the questions. Dun, 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 dun. Must find them first. Thank you, Lucky. Okay.
What is happening?
I don't know. He is barking like a fool. Good question. I don't know. Years ago, I had someone tell me, oh, where are my glasses? I just need glasses. Where did they go? Hello glasses. If I was organized, I'd be dangerous. Hang on. Hold on just a minute. Okay, there they are. All right. That's what I get for taking them off someplace else. All right, question. Years ago, I had someone tell me I was a manipulative person. That is not something I thought of myself as being. Okay, it's not how I thought myself as being. How can I figure out if they were correct about it? Well, okay, we kind of know when we're being manipulative. So if you are using fear, obligation, guilt, shame to get your way, that's manipulative. Now, some people will call it manipulation because you make a request of them. Hey, I need you to clean the dishes. Hey, I need you to take out the garbage. Hey, I need you, whatever. And abusers will go, oh, you're manipulating me. You're making me feel guilty. You're making me. No, you can't make another person feel anything. They can choose. They can choose to feel guilty. They can choose to feel shameful. They can choose. But the thing about abusers is they will do the whole "you made me." You made me feel this way. You did. So abusers will often accuse the targets of abuse of being manipulative, just like they accuse the targets of abuse of the things that they're doing. So really, if you're questioning it, sit down, get quiet with your gut. Were you being manipulative? Now, healthy, normal people can be manipulative at points in their lives, especially when you're in the middle of working on things and you're not aware of things. So that may have been a true statement, or it may not have been a true statement. And you want to question yourself. It's like, was I being manipulative? And what specifically were they talking about? Because a lot of the circumstance around it will have to do with that. So basically, abusers will often accuse us of the very thing that they are. So I want you to be aware of that. So if they're a particularly manipulative person, or they were a particularly manipulative person, they may just be talking about themselves. So basically, I would write it out. Write it out and listen to your gut. What does your gut tell you? If your gut's like, yeah, I don't think I was being manipulative, So really, the rule of thumb is, what is manipulation? So it's what we talked about on Sunday. It's intimidation. Were you using intimidation at any point? Were you using fear? Were you trying to frighten them into doing what you wanted? Were you using obligation? Okay, you owe me kind of thing. Were you using guilt, which is shame? Oh, you should take care of me. You should do this. You should do that. So shoulda, coulda, woulda is another form of manipulation by an abuser. You should do this, you could do this, you would do this. It's guilt tripping. So if there was any guilt tripping going on, then yeah, that's manipulation. So, rewriting history, gaslighting, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, those are all manipulations. But if after sitting down and having written it out and you're like, yeah, no, not so much, I'm not seeing that, then you want to consider that perhaps this person was projecting. If you don't see the manipulation, if there was none of the fear, obligation, guilt, intimidation, gaslighting, rewriting history, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and you're like, yeah, none of that was there, yeah, then they may be talking about themselves. And that is a real issue to consider. So, like I said, abusers will accuse us of the things that they are doing. for two reasons. It's projection, which is a manipulation. Projecting is also a manipulation, trying to get the person to believe that they are the cheater, or they are the liar, or they are the this, or they are the that. That's just what abusers do. And it's how do I explain this? They're absolving themselves. So projection is a way of absolving themselves of their behavior. So they know that they are doing this behavior. They know it. Okay. But they can't accept it. They can't accept that they're anything less than perfect. That's really the way they operate. Okay. So when they cannot accept something, they project it. Well, you're doing this. You're doing that. It's you guns. So it's the you guns, basically. So anytime anybody is going, well, you're manipulative, or you're this, or you're that, you really got to consider, okay, there's 2 fingers pointed out, but there's 6 fingers pointed right back at them. Are they talking about themselves? So consider that. Projection is a form of manipulation because it's trying to convince the target of abuse, brainwashing basically, to doubt themselves and to take on whatever trait that the abuser doesn't want to have, and so accuses the target of abuse of having, so that they don't have to deal with it. So yeah, these are things to consider. And generally, if it's a friend saying you're manipulative, then at that point in time, that friend should have been able to go, here's this instance, here's what I'm seeing, here's how I'm feeling, and you guys would have talked it out. The fact that this was years ago and this is still bothering you and it never got resolved, that makes me question whether it was actually the other person or not, because generally friends don't do that type of thing to each other. So write it out. Trust your gut. Write it out. Write it out and trust your gut. What does your gut tell you? Were you manipulative? And points in time in our lives before we worked on ourselves, yeah, we could have been manipulative, you bet, because it's learned behavior, really. But if you weren't and this person was projecting, then let it go. Not your problem. All right, my loves. I'm going to answer another question on Wednesday. This Sunday, we are going to be talking about imposter syndrome. Why do we doubt ourselves? Why do we go, oh my gosh, somebody's going to come and figure out that I don't know what I'm doing? So we need to work on that. That is a self-esteem thing. So we're going to talk about imposter syndrome and what you can do about it. All right, my loves, go have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you for sure on Sunday, and I will see you on Wednesday with the next question. Bye.